We've got another massive unboxing today. Stay tuned.
Comically Correct Comics.
What's up, guys? Your buddy Brian here with Comically Correct Comics. Thank you for tuning in to another video. We've got a huge unboxing today. Let's just jump right into it. So first off, I picked up, I think it's about 25 copies of Spider-Man and Venom Free Comic Book Day #1. This is the first intended appearance of Virus in the new Venom series. And I picked these up on eBay for like $2 a piece. So I thought, you know, for $50, why not? This might be something that I sit on for, I don't know, 10 years or something. I mean, for $50, just stick it in a long box for 10 years and see what happens with it. A lot of these Free Comic Book Day first appearances come back around to be really valuable books, like Free Comic Book Day, I think it was 2007, with the first appearance of Mr. Negative and Jackpot. And then the other Free Comic Book Day with the first appearance of the Umbrella Academy. Those are both really hot books. I mean, the first appearance of Jackpot and Mr. Negative are going at 9.8's going for like $400. So, and the first appearance of the Umbrella Academy is going for like $200. So I thought, you know, for such a cheap entry fee, why not take a stab at it? All right, next I picked up Outlawed #1. Sorry if there's a glare, guys. I'm working with a weird setup today, but this is the wraparound variant. Just a really cool cover with Miles Morales and Gwen. That's about all this issue has going for it, is this cover. There's also a 1 in 50 variant, which is a huge money book if you can find that on the cheap. But on eBay, they're already approaching $1,000 each. All right, next I picked up 2 copies of Miles Morales Spiderman #1. This is the Stealth Freeze cover, and I believe it's just the regular cover, the cover A, the Stealth Freeze cover. And this must be a low print run or something, because it's hard to find. It's hard to find graded copies, and it's hard to find raw. But it's the 2018 series, so I'm thinking it's just a low print run. All right, next I picked up the Old Guard #1, 2 copies. If you guys haven't seen this new movie on Netflix, it's epic. I mean, it is so sick. So anyways, I'm hoping for a 9.8 on one of these just to put in the PC. All right, next we got Adventure Comics #95. Shout out to Rad Comics 181 on Instagram. I actually won this in an auction. I picked this up for $12 shipped. Anyways, go check out Rad Comics 181. It was his first auction, and it was also my first auction. It was the first spot I ever bought in an auction, and I won, so I was super stoked on that. This is 0.5 CGC 0.5 with brittle pages. It's by far the worst book in my collection. I've never even seen such a low quality book. I have no idea why somebody would want to encapsulate something of this quality, but I guess because it is a super sick cover. It's a really cool Golden Age book with a Mussolini cover, and on the back it's got this Ever Ready ad for batteries, this wartime ad talking about you know, the decrease in supply of batteries. Super interesting, but definitely can't keep this in my PC because I can't have anything that low quality in my PC, so I'm going to give it away. So if you want this book, go follow me on Instagram. I'll be doing a free giveaway for that. It is a super cool cover. All right, next, this one's going in the PC. Redneck #1. This is the gold foil variant. Super sick cover with the red foil. The back is cool. It says come back real soon. Anyways, this series got optioned for a show. I believe it's a Donny Cates title. I think this has a lot of room to grow. I picked this up for I think it was $100, and they're starting to go up in value. All right, next. This is kind of crazy. All right, this is how you know I might have a problem. I picked up 105 copies of Spawn #9, the first appearance of Angela. Shout out to Very Gary Comics. He hooked me up with 100 copies, but that just wasn't enough, so I went on eBay and bought 5 more. So I got 105 copies of Spawn #9. They all need a quick press. The ones from Gary, at least. I'll put a link in the description to the video where I saw Gary pick these up in the wild. He found, I believe it was 220 copies of Spawn #9. And this is what the thumbnail looks like for that video. It's actually a really cool video. You guys go check it out. If you're not following Gary on Instagram or his YouTube channel, he's got some really cool content. And so I picked these up because he found 220 copies. They were all in like a distributor box. So I knew they were unread. I knew they needed a press. Gary told me that they all needed a press. And I figured that at least they hadn't been handled and read and things like that. So I thought that any defects that they did have, they could probably just be cleaned and pressed out. So that's why I took such a gamble on such a large number of them. Let's do some math. I paid $15.45 for 100 copies. I got to send these off to CGC. They all need a quick press. A quick press with CGC is $8, so that's $800. Then, if they get encapsulated, it's $17 per book with my discount. And then it's about $5 shipping for each copy. Somewhere around there, somewhere between $3 and $5 is what it comes out to when you do a large submission. So, if I get back half of these, if 50 of these come back at 9.8, 9.8 right now is selling for about $100 a piece. So if I get 50 of them back at 9.8, so that's $5,000. Then minus the eBay fees, PayPal fees. I'm not going to pay shipping. I'm going to have the buyer pay shipping. If in whatever that total is right there. So you can see that I'm going to do okay on these if I get half of them back as 9.8s after it's all said and done. If I get 60 back, that's like an extra $1,000. If I get 70, another 1,000, 80, another 1,000, and so on. So we'll see what happens. Gary told me that he would expect about 80% of these to come back 9/8. So anyways, again, all we really need to hit is 50. And I'll be sending these off to CGC in the next couple days here. So make sure you hit subscribe if you want to see the unboxing of that and see how I actually did on these. This might be a huge learning lesson about the whole thing. Fingers crossed that it's not. And the reason I want to get all of them pressed is because I could go through each and every single one, look at them, see which ones have pressable defects and which ones don't, but I just don't have the time to do that, and I'd rather just send them all off, have them all pressed and cleaned for $8 a piece, and then even if they get, I'm going to pre-screen them for 9/8, so whatever comes back will be the rejects. I'll have a nice pressed and clean book, and then I can go and sell that and just say it didn't hit the 9/8, but you know, just pressed and cleaned. 100 copies of Spawn #9 looks like. That's this right here. 100 freaking copies. Yeah, I might have a problem. Alright guys, next up I picked up 3 copies of Spider-Man number 12. This is the first book in the Sitting in a Tree story arc. It's the first kiss between Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman. This is the 1 in 25, I believe, incentive variant. Next up, I picked up 3 copies of Civil War 2 number 4. This is also the incentive variant. This is the first appearance of the immortal She-Hulk. Now that's kind of unofficial. In this story arc, she dies and comes back from the dead, I believe. And this might tie into the new series that will be released soon, I believe in September, of Immortal She-Hulk. I think she's getting her own Immortal title. So this could be viewed as the first appearance of the Immortal She-Hulk. It's kind of picking up heat. It's kind of a spec book. It's definitely a spec book. Next up, I picked up Dark Knight's Death Metal number 2. This is the 1 in 100 black and white variant. Picked this up for about 80 bucks. Wasn't cheap. Hoping for a 9.8 on that one. Here we got Grit number 1 from Scout Comics. And yeah, this, I don't really know anything about this title, but I definitely think it's got potential. My first Scout, I think it might be my second Scout comic actually. Then I picked up 5 copies of Spider-Man number 12. I believe this is the regular cover, but just got 5 copies here. Just the first kiss between Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy again, but the regular cover. Here's a variant cover of Wonder Woman 759. I believe this is the first appearance of Liar Liar, something like that. And then 2 more copies of Wonder Woman 759. Alright, what do we got here? I got 3 copies of Outlawed number 1. This is the 1 in 25 incentive variant. Just a cool cover. Could potentially be a cool series. Now, one thing that I wasn't too fond of with Midtown Comics is that they sent these free comic book day books not bagged and boarded. It's like, what's the deal with that? Like, why would you ever not bag and board a book, even if it is free? I mean, come on. All right, I got 2 copies of Batman 95. This is part 1 of the Joker War. Just a cool cover. Actually, probably got these more just to read and see what happens with that book. Now, this is the variant cover for Batman 95. I think this is one of the sickest Joker covers I've ever seen. It is so clean. I might get that graded. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth anything. Here's 5 copies of Outlawed number 1. This also is this is the regular cover. Probably just gonna stick this in a long box and see if anything happens with it in 10 years. I got them for way less than cover price, so why not? It's got Miles Morales and Kamala Khan on the cover. You can't really go wrong with that. Same with this. I got 10 copies of Hawkeye number 1. This is volume 5. I just wanted something with a Kate Bishop cover because Kate Bishop is heating up so much right now. Again, this will just go in the long box. Got them less than cover price. Let's see what happens in 10 years. And last but not least, the other 5 copies of Spawn number 9 that I got on eBay. These ones actually look like they're in pretty good shape. I think maybe a couple of them will come back 9/8 after a quick press. I got 5 for $50 with free shipping on this. And I got these kind of before it started heating up. So, quick tip, guys. So, I had like 10 orders from different distributors, mostly from Midtown Comics, that just got stuck in transit. They were stuck in Sacramento at like a distribution center for over a month, just sitting there, no movement whatsoever on the tracking numbers. And so I Googled if there was anything that could be done about it. And this one chick said that if you call your local post office, so where they're supposed to be delivered to, and have them send an email to whatever distribution center the packages are stuck at. This lady said that she did that, and the very next day, or like 15 minutes later actually, she got an email saying that her packages were en route. And the same thing happened to me. So I called my local post office and I said that my books had been, or my orders had been stuck for over a month. And they said, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. And I said, well, how about you send an email to the distribution center? Oh, we can do that. It's not going to do any good. The next day, all of them were delivered after I said that. So just a quick tip right there. Yeah, so now I'm gonna get my this huge CGC order set up and put together. I'm gonna submit a ton of these books, and then they're gonna, when they come back, they're gonna go up for sale. So that does it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and follow me over on my Instagram, Comically Correct Comics, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Comically Correct Comics.